Hey guys, we are back again, and we are in the kitchen of the Ventis, who is our second sponsor of our second half. So thank you so much, Dino, for sponsoring.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, we appreciate it so much. Thank you.
And so what are we doing back here in the kitchen?
Well, this is exciting because in the first half, we kind of described why plant-based is so important.
Yes.
But I thought it'd be great to come back in here and let you tell our listeners and our viewers what you guys do in the kitchen.
Yes.
So I'm going to kind of turn this over to you because I know the first one you said you're going to do is a lentil mushroom.
Yes.
And we should probably introduce another person. Armando here is your chef, right?
Yes, this is Chef Armando.
Hello, Armando.
How are we doing?
He's been leading the charge here for quite some time. He's my rock and my chef.
Yes. So what exactly is he doing over there?
Well, right now he's preparing our lentil mushroom patty, which we make from scratch here in our kitchen.
Okay.
Armando, why don't you give us a little brief on what we got going on there?
So, what we got in here is pretty much mushrooms, onions, garlic, all that stuff cooked down, we reduce. It gets kind of into like a good caramelized, very sweet at the same time, but it melds everything really well. And we also had a little bit of black beans, brown rice, and also some nutritional yeast.
Just very healthy sounding.
Oh, yeah.
Very good sounding.
So for people who don't know, what nutritional yeast is pretty much a fungi, or a fungus, I should say, that grows on molasses.
Okay.
And it's used predominantly into it's kind of got a little bit of a cheesy kind of flavor to it. So it's used in a lot of vegan recipes because of that. So it's a good cheese substitute, for Parmesan and stuff like that. But I use it in here because it's a good binder.
Okay.
And I wanted this to be mainly gluten-free, vegan, and I couldn't really find any flour besides maybe rice flour, but it was too glutinous, so it wouldn't come out right.
Yeah.
So nutritional yeast also added a little bit more benefits too as far as supplementing.
So the great thing about you just described is I'm one of those guys that had this preconceived idea in my head of what vegan is.
Yeah.
And nothing that you described is what is in my head, but my image of vegan has just changed, My image of vegan has just changed.
I'm ready to jump on board fully with that recipe.
Yeah. Vegan doesn't have to be boring or tasteless. It's
No.
It's delicious.
Absolutely.
Well, I have eaten at your place numerous times before we met. I've never had anything here I didn't like.
Amen.
Never. There's nothing in that I did not like. There's some I like more than others. But now I actually know what's going on. And I love the fact that now that we have YouTube, people can actually observe what's happening in here. So once again, if you haven't gone to YouTube, go to Kickin'Cancer Productions. Please like and subscribe. You'll get to see us in our purple and yellow. And even better, you're going to get to watch Armando with what he's making.
And it looks so stinking good.
So,
oh my gosh.
You let it sit for about at least half an hour or so. You could go right off the bat like this, and it'll be good. So what we're going to do is now we're gonna actually make you guys one.
Oh, he's going to make you one. He's going to make you one.
I use avocado oil because avocado oil to me is a little bit healthier, a little better of a substitute than your traditional. It's got a little bit less of a smoke point than olive oil, but it's still the same. It's got more nutritional value to it, so it's a little better to me. So you just form a patty, throw it on the grill, give it a nice little press.
Look at that big, thick patty.
Big patty.
You let it be.
Well, you guys don't skip on patty size, do you?
No. We don't like people leaving here hungry.
Yeah, amen.
If they do, it's their own fault.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Oh my
So I
God.
got your menu figured out, Dino. I walk in, the first thing I say is, can I get a box to go?
Yes, yeah.
Because I'm not going to eat all of it anyway, but it's all good.
Makes a good snack for later.
It does.
I love how you guys are everything's pretty much from scratch, right?
Yeah, we've got, for the most part, a scratch kitchen top to bottom.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
So right now that patty's cooking, Armando, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
So
What do we
now
got here?
our next kind of vegan dish or vegan, protein that we have option-wise is our spicy jackfruit. So if you guys don't know what jackfruit is.
Did you say jackfruit?
Jackfruit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Never heard of jackfruit.
So jackfruit is a prickly, kind of almost like a watermelon-sized fruit. Prickly on the outside. When it's ripe, it's huge. When it's ripe, it tastes very, very sweet. The inside is yellow, very sweet, very fibrous. It's shredded. It's like stringy.
Okay.
And it's a mix. I think the mix that I could think of as far as the taste for it when it's ripe is like a mango, pineapple, and banana.
Oh,
Okay.
sold.
Almost kind of like that kind of flavor.
Yeah.
Did you hear what she said?
Sold.
Sold.
Yeah.
Sold.
Yeah.
Yum.
But it has a little bit of a pungent smell, correct, when it's ripe. So
Okay.
what we use is we actually brine ours unripe. So we get unripe jackfruit, and our unripe jackfruit is, so it comes kind of you see how it's already falling apart a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
So unripe jackfruit is good to use in recipes because it's a good meat substitute for vegan recipes.
Okay.
Not only because it holds its structure, but it has a very mild flavor. It doesn't really taste like much. So in that aspect, it absorbs anything you put to it. So how we do ours is we braise it down with, like I have here. So we have what we use here is guajillo negro, which is one of the peppers that we use. It's a dried pepper.
Okay.
And we also use pasilla. So I'm sorry, guajillo is this one, and this is pasilla negro. So these two peppers are pretty much, this one gives it a little bit of the spice. You can see how the outside is a little bit more like silk, very, very, you know what I mean, very like soft. And we put these in water, we let them soak, we de-seed them, blend them with garlic, onion, cumin, black pepper, bay leaf, all this other stuff. Blend it together, put it into a sauce, strain it so it gets nice and smooth.
And then if I heard you correctly, you're saying that this jackfruit absorbs the flavor of
anything that you put to it.
That's interesting.
I love the passion you have behind all the ingredients and everything.
It's all study and it's all love for it. You know?
He loves the food.
You have a love for it.
Yeah.
And it shows.
But also, I'm not vegan. So that should tell you something. If a non-vegan can make very good vegan food, that should tell you.
Okay.
Amen, brother. I love it. Love it.
So, jackfruit, again, like you can tell, it's almost like a pulled pork consistency, which is why it's used pretty good in like beef substitutes, pork substitutes. People make like pulled pork sandwiches with this kind of thing.
Okay.
And it works out really good. And then we braise it down, we break it down, and then that's the final product. You kind of see how it's all.
So this is that once you're done.
Into this, correct?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
That's making me hungry.
Yeah, and this is all. But you can see, like in there, you can see how it kind of looks like pulled pork.
Yeah.
Just with everything in there. Yeah, and it's super flavorful. It's really good. You know, it's very low in sodium, very low in sugar. So it's also a good dietary supplement, not just vegan.
So I'm going to ask Dino this question: what do you put that on? Like if I were to order it, does that go on a bun? Does it go on a salad?
You can have it. We've had it. People put it in grilled
anything.
cheeses, buns. I mean, we've had it
In wraps,
bowls, salads. You can put it on anything. That's one of our proteins that we offer.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Something new for me to order when I come here.
Cajun bowls,
Seriously.
boulder bowls.
Oh, I love the
wraps.
Cajun bowl. I've had them before.
Yeah, the chili
Stephanie was
braised.
talking about the boulder wrap.
The boulder wraps, yeah.
Yeah.
Same with the nachos too.
Yeah, the chili braised, we also use it on our chicken. So we have the chili braised chicken and our spicy jackfruit, which is so the chili. It's the same chili braised sauce.
So our chili braised chicken and our chili braised jackfruit are made exactly the same. The only difference is the proteins.
Okay.
But they're exactly the same product.
Well, and for those that
jackfruit.
are listening and you've ever been to Venti's, now you know what you're ordering and how good it is too.
Yes.
It is from scratch.
It is from scratch. Yeah. So how's the patty coming, Armando?
It's getting there. So that's what we're looking for. A little bit more of like a kind of caramelized, nice, even kind of dark color on there because you got to make sure everything cooks down, everything is nice and holds its shape, and now when you put it on a bun, it just falls apart on you.
Yeah. Amanda's over here drooling, just so you know.
What's that?
Amanda's over here drooling over there.
It all looks and
When
smells
it's done
so
cooking,
good.
we'll cut it up and we'll share.
It looks amazing.
So I know that Amanda likes our Buddha burger.
Yes.
So what I'm going to make is a Buddha burger today. So
for the last 3 weeks, she has been talking about how excited
It's
she
so
is.
stinking good. There's
So
no better burger.
Yeah, so our Buddha burger is pretty much caramelized onions that we make in-house. It's just you cut them down, cook them down, a little bit of salt, no sugar, because to me the onion is already sweet enough.
Oh yeah.
White pepper, and just a splash of balsamic vinegar just to kind of pick everything off of the pan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you just let it sit there for 30 minutes to an hour, and it gets nice, soft, easy. And you try not to overcook it because then we also got to reheat it again.
Sure.
So, we got to make sure it tastes like onion, not like mush.
Yeah.
Right, so, yeah. And then that goes on our Buddha burger with our smoked Gouda that we have. We put that on top a little bit. We give everything a little cover. And we don't traditionally with beef burgers, you try to steam them to kind of melt the cheese. This one is it's so packed dense that you could just let it and it'll produce the heat to melt all the cheese down and everything. So you don't even need to steam it. And it'll be done in like, a couple minutes.
So I don't think you heard what she just said.
No.
She says, I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven.
AKA Venti's Kitchen.
Yes, AKA Venti's Kitchen.
Very well said, Dino.
This is so true.
And then we're just
phenomenal.
going to make a traditional bowl that we do with our jackfruit. So it's going to be one of our originals, our original bowl. which it has our house-made slaw, pickled ginger, your choice of brown, white, or jasmine rice, basmati rice, a little bit of hoisin drizzle, easy, simple,
Okay. All right.
nothing crazy, and it's pretty good. That's one of our more popular ones, I'd say.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and all this is just to reheat, just to get back up to temperature, which should take maybe like 5-6 minutes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We also try to streamline things here. We're not trying to lag too much.
What's your favorite thing on your menu?
Ooh, that's a good one. Our Southwest salad's pretty good.
What is it?
Our Southwest salad?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's got pico, guac, cheese, in our case would be like nutritional yeast, black beans, rice, our spring mix, our house-made chips, and red pepper aioli, corn.
Oh,
so it's
the
just
red
kinda
pepper
like-
aioli.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
You
red pepper
just
aioli's
recently
pretty good.
had that, didn't you?
Yesterday. Phenomenal.
RPA is what we call it around here.
RPA.
Oh,
RPA.
man.
RPA is what we call it. Yeah.
I think, like you said, there's nothing bad on the menu. It's all phenomenal.
We like to say we have a scratch kitchen producing real food.
Yes.
That's
Really
very
what
well
we do.
said.
Yeah.
Well, and what's impressive, Dino, is because years ago I owned a restaurant, and I'll tell you, my kitchen was bigger than this. So what you guys are doing in a very small amount of space is very impressive. Very impressive.
We've got the skill set right here.
Well, and when you
got
have
a
a
man.
chef as good as Armando that can do this in a small space,
We try. Oh, yeah. But it's all trials, organization, making sure that you're all set up real well.
yeah.
got
You guys are a well-oiled machine.
Mise en place is what we call it. Everything has a place and
Yeah.
everything's in its place.
Yes.
and that's the key. That's the key.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you could just see that just looks so juicy and flavorful.
Well, and I was really impressed. We came in here just to kind of prep for this show, and Amanda and I are sitting out there. You had some fries with that sauce you were talking
The red
about.
pepper aioli.
And I don't know, maybe it's because you're back in house. I don't know, but the line was continual all afternoon when we were here. So people are loving Venti's again.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Or maybe not again, but still.
I think there's been a resurgence, a revival.
It's growing.
I think the plant-based movement is really gaining
Oh,
traction.
yeah.
I think so much cancer that's been caused in our society is by what people are eating.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the message of vegan, plant-based diets are just less cancer supportive.
Yep.
That's lack of better terms.
Yeah.
And the plant-based diets are known to be just healthier way to eat.
And I have said this numerous times that of all the cancers out there, the one that I think is the most preventable is colon. Because if it's bad going in, it's bad going out.
Amen.
Right? So if you're eating good stuff this way, then you've got good stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Colon cancer's quite preventable. Now, we're never going to not get cancer. There are mutations in cells. That's what happens. But if you're eating bad stuff, it's going across the colon to get back out again.
Yeah.
Eating at Venti's may be one of the best ways to prevent cancer.
Yes.
Whoa, I just said it out loud.
Yes.
Eating at Venti's prevents cancer.
Yes.
Amen. Amen.
Love your colon. Eat at
Yeah.
Venti's.
Love your colon. A brand new slogan. Marketing team at work here.
Yes. Well, we've got about 2 minutes left in here,
Okay.
and then we'll take it back out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in these last 2 minutes, Armando, we've been enjoying what you do. So what are we going to do now? You're going to flip it over here?
Yeah, so I'm just going to plate it all up. So we have our Buddha sauce, which 95% of our sauces that we make in-house, whether it's dipping sauces or what we put on the food, is vegan. The only ones that aren't vegan would be like our ranch, because we use sour cream, and our gorgonzola dressing, which obviously gorgonzola cheese.
Sure.
But like our Buddha sauce is a balsamic-based sauce, and it's it's veganese, balsamic vinegar, a little bit of black pepper, and and granulated garlic.
Okay.
Mix it all together. Simple, easy.
Perfect.
So then, grab the patty. Everything is all nice.
Oh my
Put it on there.
I think that's your lunch.
That's my world. That's what that is.
You have just made Amanda's day. I'm telling you what.
The steam was steaming up my camera.
That is so beautiful looking too.
Oh
then-
my.
And people forget, and I know you have a job with this, Dino. People eat with their eyes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We eat with our eyes. And so something that's really well plated is important.
Yes.
And that is a beautiful looking burger with Amanda's name on it.
Beautiful.
It's
Beautiful.
all mine, guys. Sorry, I'm not sharing.
She's gone to heaven. She has gone to heaven.
I'm here. I
Real
made
food
it.
made
All right,
with
there you
love.
go.
I made
Pretty
it.
much our
Real
Buddha
food
burger.
made with love. So true.
We are back out here, and thank you so much for letting us go into your kitchen and
my
watch
pleasure.
your chef. Gosh, I love his passion. That was really awesome. That
Yeah.
was really cool. I can't wait to eat my
Obviously, he knows what he's doing back there, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's a pro.
Yeah. So one of the things I would love to do in the last little part of the show is, you guys are both wearing purple. Now, Amanda's shirt actually says "Faith with Faye." There's a lady here in town that was actually the first president of the board for Kickin'Cancer, very well known, Faye DeMeyer, and she did pass from pancreatic cancer. So we made that shirt specifically to honor her, except you have purple on as well.
Yes.
Can you share with us why?
Yeah, my mother also was a victim of pancreatic cancer, and purple happened to be one of her favorite colors.
Oh, how fortuitous.
Yeah, she passed away in the early 2000s, and my father was also a cancer victim. He died of esophageal cancer back in the 90s.
Which that is actually a shade of purple, esophageal.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
purple actually has a meaning in his life for two different people.
Okay.
Yeah, it does, and you know, I've also have a sister-in-law who's a cancer survivor. I have a sister who's currently fighting cancer.
Oh, wow.
And so, you know, to me, you know, being cynical, it's almost not a matter of if, but when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I believe it's about diet. I believe it's about what we put in our bodies. And not that my family ate, you know, recklessly, but I think just the way that food is being produced in this country and in the mass agriculture world is producing food that's really not good for us, and there's a lot of evidence behind it.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a lot of evidence behind that.
You know, so I think a lot of the cancer that is you know, grown in our society is based on our diets.
Yeah.
You know, and there's other environmental factors, but I would bet that most of it is what we're putting into our body.
Right. And people are so uneducated about what they put in their body these days, they don't realize that we're literally poisoning ourselves.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Food is medicine. You know, if you're eating right, it's really going to help you stay healthy. It will help you heal. You know, it will help you just be a fuller, more lively person. And I feel it being a vegetarian myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you said something a minute ago, Dino, that's so true. With as many people in your family that have been affected by cancer, so you said it isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. There's a doctor, and actually he's the gentleman that wrote this book, Lorenzo Cohen. And he's at the MD Anderson in Texas. His job in that MD Anderson is integrative medicine. So his entire job is prevention. And so he wrote this book advocating for prevention. And he makes a statement in here that hit me so hard, it's actually on our website. And it says that if we don't take prevention more seriously as a nation, 20 years from now, every other American will have cancer. That is just a scary statistic,
Yeah.
right?
I could see it.
Same.
You know?
I could see it,
And
yeah.
so he goes through these different 6 components. Now, the only one in here that we're not using as an organization is the environment piece, because we can only control that to so level. But, you know, you need to get proper rest. You need to exercise is medicine, food is medicine, have a support system around you, reduce your stress. All of these things he talks about in this book, well, we made those the core parts of Kickin'Cancer.
Yeah.
And then of course, I started this in 2019. The pandemic hits in 20. We navigated through the pandemic. And as I came out of that, I began looking for people in this community that I could work alongside. And so I was just thrilled when I met you, realizing that now I can guide people to a restaurant. There is no financial gain for Kickin'Cancer for us guiding you to Venti's. We just want you to go someplace where we know you're getting
Thank you.
healthy food.
Yeah.
Right?
Feeding your body and soul.
Real food.
Real food.
Real food.
Yeah, real
and it is
food.
it is unfortunate that we have to put the word real
Yeah.
in front of food.
Yeah.
But it's true. There's a lot of food-like substances out there that are not real food. But for those that listened on the radio, go on YouTube and you've got to see what that chef just made.
Oh my gosh, it was phenomenal.
It's beautiful.
It was. It
And
was.
it tastes even better.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I
can vouch for
guarantee
that.
I guarantee you that that she's going to enjoy eating every bit of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Has your
yes.
name all over it.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, maybe our producer could go grab that burger.
That's what I was gonna
Okay.
Why don't you, if you don't mind, go grab that burger. No, thank you, thank you. What's interesting is I actually met Ashlie when she worked right next to you.
Oh, wow, yeah.
We have she used to be on our board, and he says you really should wander into the Court Street Dairy and meet this young lady named Ashlie. And that would have been almost 2 years ago that I just meandered in there. and she put some posters up in the windows and started highlighting what Kicking Cancer does. And this is what she did for me.
Like a true pro.
You guys want me to cut it?
Sure.
Okay.
But over the course of about a year of conversations with Ashlie and realizing how many things that she was doing in her life that aligned with what Kicking Cancer was doing, we brought her on as a guest in April of last year to talk about terpenes and CBD and the value of these different things. And then she said, have you ever thought about doing a YouTube show? And so that's when that idea started. And now she's actually part of our staff and doing a phenomenal job. And we're looking forward to our YouTube viewers seeing this, because by the time this show goes to YouTube, we will probably have 30,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So
We're almost there.
yeah, we're almost there. And the great thing is that they can listen on Saturday, but you want to see how beautiful this food is.
Oh, thank you.
That patty. So when I've gotten the Buddha burger before, me and my sister always share, and she's scared of not having a beef patty, so we did the beef patty. This is so much better.
She won't know it's not beef.
She won't know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, it's just full of even more flavor. And
Yeah, the flavor
The
is so
smell, just the smell alone
The fact
from
that
that.
it's made in-house, and a lot of places that do like the vegan burgers
Yeah.
and the impossible burgers,
Yeah.
it doesn't taste that great.
Yeah, we went down that rabbit hole, and we used to offer those patties,
Yeah.
and just realized that it was just too highly processed for what we were trying to bring to our community. So we went back to going to scratch.
Well, and I love that we could actually watch Armando literally make that from scratch to what you have in front of you now.
yeah. Oh my
Yeah, well,
gosh.
we have plans to expand on that too. We have a black bean patty that we had on our menu once upon a time that we're probably going to bring back this year as well.
Okay.
So there'll be another version of a plant-based patty for our protein offerings. Because you can add that lentil patty not just on burgers. You can put that in our grilled cheese sandwiches. You can put it over a salad. You can really add that protein to anything on our menu.
Yeah.
So it's a protein add-on as well.
Well, I had a vision years ago, and the first person that bought into my vision was Mike Sublett with Oddmos. And I thought, if I could guide people to restaurants that had what I call anti-cancer menus, right? Things you could choose from that really are beneficial to you. The long-term goal was that our little donkey Sybil would be so recognizable that you would know, oh, that little donkey means that there's anti-cancer. And so Mike has now created part of his menu where those foods are really more of an anti-cancer. His Reggie Veggie pizza, the Green Monster, those are all vegetables.
I love the look on the donkey's face because that's the way I feel about cancer.
He's angry, but cartoonish at the same time.
Yeah.
And I didn't want our shirts to say F cancer, though I felt that way myself because my sister got cancer.
Right.
But you can tell by the look, he's a pretty pissed off donkey.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Pretty pissed off
Even
donkey.
though there is a beer by, is it Two Towns?
So, yeah, Two-Town cider. It says F cancer on the cider.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've worked with Two Towns, but I didn't want to be part of that project.
Right.
Because I worked hard not to have the F cancer as part of what we talk about. You know, I love Two Towns, love what they're doing. They're recognizing people who battled through cancer on that can. Friends of mine, Allison Hancock's name was on that can. But we wanted this to be about kicking cancer in the donkey.
We're standing up to
Yeah.
cancer.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
is really what we're doing.
We're taking
Yeah.
names.
We're taking names and feeding ourselves good
Yes.
medicine.
So I know we're running low on time, but I just want our listeners to know if you're looking for a place to eat in town and you want to have good, healthy options, this is the spot.
This is the
Venti's
spot.
Cafe, 325 Court Street, downtown Salem.
Yes.
Awesome.
And that 80-20 applies here because you can get some mac and cheese, you can have comfort food, you can get this, you can have all of it. It's also good. So
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Yes,
much for being
thank
a
you
guest.
so
We
much.
really
My
appreciate it,
pleasure.
sir.
I appreciate
This has
it.
been a partnership that I've been dreaming about. It's been part of my mission as a human to live and treat my community with compassion and with their best intentions, and that's with food as medicine. So
Absolutely.
This has been
It's
so
been a
great
perfect
for me.
arrangement. So.
It has. All right. Well, we'll be back next week as the
the
movement
movement
continues.
continues.
Boom.
Nice
Oh my gosh,
show.
this burger's so good.
Like I want to take another bite.
Hey, it's all you. Have at it.